In today's situation in Iraq and Syria, boots on ground should happen because the fighters, ISIS fighters, keep coming back again and again from other countries, foreign countries, Western countries, Middle Eastern countries, even South Asian countries, and they keep taking back the same places again and again, even if Iraqi forces take them back, like Ramadi, Fallujah. Again and again, they are won back by ISIS fighters because their numbers increase and decrease with unpredictable. It's quite unpredictable how many are they there. They can be anywhere between 2,000 to 30,000 or 40,000. So boots on ground should happen by US forces or UN forces or allied forces of coalition forces. They can come, and if they are deployed in Iraqi 5 or 6 towns or 8 towns and cities, then these fighters will be reluctant to come back again from other countries, and there'll be nice strategy going on by professional armies of Western countries. And furthermore, the budget is the main problem here. To keep a town and city in hand, hold control in these towns and towns and cities, we need at least 2,000 to 5,000 soldiers deployed always after winning it from ISIS. And in these all cities and towns in Iraq, at least 40,000 to 50,000 soldiers should be deployed always to protect these northern towns like Mosul and Beiji and Kirkuk and even Erbil. So 50,000 soldiers, keeping 50,000 soldiers in all the countries, all over the country, we need at least 100 million to 300 million per month dollars, $300 million per month. That kind of budget Iraq cannot afford. Iraq is almost on the path of bankruptcy. They cannot afford to keep 50,000 soldiers in these towns and cities. So to have that kind of budget, we need UN forces, US forces, or coalition forces, and we need IMF funding, we need World Bank funding, or any international financial finance organization's money, and we need this to continue for over around a year or two, so ISIS doesn't emerge again and again there. And apart from this, if ISIS remains there and deployment is not done by anyone, and we just leave it on Iraqi forces, and we just train them and advise them, then ISIS can become a norm accepted by international community, and IS will sponsor terrorism all over the world in the developed nations. So we need to curb that down too. And so right now the sentiment of US people is against the war, is of non-involvement in any conflict in Middle East or Asia. So even in Europe, non-involvement is the sentiment, and on that sentiment, riding on that sentiment, new candidates of presidency are fighting their elections. So it will be difficult for Mr. Obama, the president, to deploy more than 5,000 and even combat soldiers. So this is why his strategy is being criticized. Otherwise, till now we have held it nicely. We have the hold on our strategy, and we have kept them guessing all the time. They could not guess our moves, what we'll do, and airstrikes have degraded ISIS. If not destroy them, to destroy them, boots on ground is needed. But I don't think that new presidents in 2016 will be able to do that. So I think this is the time. It's probably almost too late for boots on ground, and it's never too late, but it is late. So this is my observation of it. And about Ukraine, is now relevantly okay. South China Sea is a new issue for World War III. We'll talk about that later. Why later? Let's talk about it. South China Sea is an island coming up in the territory of Philippines and South Korea and Indonesia. China wants to create an artificial island, and there are skyscrapers there for defense purpose or for financial purpose, business purpose. A new Hong Kong maybe. They are doing that, and America has strictly said it is not allowed there in Pacific. So that's gonna be a big time issue in coming up years. And other than that, we have some trouble in Africa, but US is keeping the strategy nice of non-involvement and no possibility of body bags coming back. That is to say, no casualties of US soldiers, and that is it. So this week it is just this much. And what was that again? The issue of that's it. So by then